brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power, Green Lantern's light!
Greetings, children of the screen, your friendly neighborhood nerd scum here once again, coming at you with another Quick Thoughts video. This time, taking a look at The Green Lantern #1. Written by Grant Morrison, with art by Liam Sharp, and colors by Steve Olaf. Right on, guys, I've been really excited for this book, and I know a lot of you have been too, so let's go ahead and dive right in. So we start off on New Oa as the Guardians attempt to contact one of their lanterns. However, that lantern is a little preoccupied as they are getting their ass kicked right now. However, luckily for them, their partner is a virus that has already infected the weird spider pirate alien that the lantern is fighting, and with the virus's help, he's able to take the villains down. We then see that there are many of these pirates who the several Green Lanterns have been sent out to capture, and they're loading them into a meat wagon or a prison transport to be sent back to New Oa. But as they're doing this, they get another alarm from their ring, and our main guy, the yellow dude, goes after it to see what it is, and he gets offed. From there, we cut to Earth, where we catch up with Hal Jordan, who has been kind of discommunicated from the Green Lanterns at this time. He's on probation or something like that. Well, and we just see what his life's like on Earth. He's got a girl, and he's kind of having trouble keeping a job, and then one day he goes out to have a burrito while looking at the sky, and he gets attacked by a bunch of homeless guys who turn out to be aliens. He kicks their ass pretty easily, and then finds their crashed ship, and it turns out it is the prison transport or meat wagon, and he goes in there and finds that the only guard who's on there still is dying. He's like, I'm gonna go get you help, but my ring is out of power, and so Home Dude gives him his lantern. Hal powers up, reciting the oath in a really badass sequence, and then he goes out and recaptures the aliens, after which he is called to New Oa. Once on New Oa, Hal has a little conversation with one of the Guardians where he finds out that there's a problem with the Book of Oa. Basically, the Guardians went through it here recently, did an exhaustive, accounting of it, and they realized that there are discrepancies, or flaws. Basically, things are changing in the book, or there are things that have unfolded that the Guardians were unaware of, as if new things have been added in places where they weren't there before. Basically, the Book of Oa is becoming untrustworthy, and they know that due to one of these new prophecies uncovered, that one of their own will betray them. And Hal's like, oh, so that's what you need me for, so I can find out who it is, and little dude is like, no, Hal, we already know who it is. Let us walk and have a conversation. And then after that, we catch up with the villains of the piece, where something really awesome happens, and they leave us off on a pretty awesome reveal, but sorry guys, if you want to know what it is, you're going to have to buy the book. Sorry. Or wait for someone else to spoil it for you, but it ain't going to be this guy. The writing on this issue is really solid. Grant Morrison gives us some not-so-deep dives into the Green Lantern mythos, but some characters that not every reader is going to be familiar with. And his characterization across the board is pretty decent, considering we don't really get a lot of page real estate dedicated to that. Hal Jordan's pretty standard, but that's kind of what I was expecting for this cop on a, case kind of story. We're gonna get more as it goes, and Hal Jordan's a very well-established character, so you don't need a lot of it. In terms of the story, it's pretty standard, a pretty standard setup for this kind of thing. Like I said, there is a pretty good reveal at the end that definitely makes me interested to see where this story is going. So in terms of Grant Morrison stuff, it's not his crazy psycho stuff, it's not his I don't give a crap really bad stuff, but it's also not his oh, beautiful art, transcendent. It's not that kind of Grant Morrison either. It's just a pretty straightforward Grant Morrison kind of space cop story, and that's kind of cool. The artwork in the book is also really solid. I was excited to hear Liam Sharp was on this book, because with the amount of detail and crazy stuff he puts into his art, I could not wait to see him draw alien worlds. And man, those first few pages where you see the lantern who gets killed fighting off with all the freaking alien pirate things, that world, I looked at that page, those couple of pages just forever, because there's so much detail in there. His artwork in the book is really solid. It's fantastic. In terms of the coloring for the book, it was a little bit more hit or miss for me. It wasn't awful, and I get what the colorist is going for with using the different color palettes on the different worlds to kind of give them their own feel and flavor, but sometimes the palettes that he was using really don't sell the amount of detail and the scope of the world that Liam Sharp is creating in his artwork. So it's not that it's bad, I just don't think it's perfectly suited for this book and for the kinds of things they're going to be doing. I've actually seen plenty of other work by this colorist that has been fantastic. However, on this book it didn't quite work for me, but at the same time, there are other pages that are just absolutely beautiful 100%. So all in all, like, it was a little distracting at first, but once I got into the reading of the book, it wasn't really that big a problem. In conclusion, guys, the Green Lantern #1 is pretty awesome. The story's pretty basic, like, it doesn't give you a whole lot to work with, but they do set up, like, the mystery of what the story arc is going to be, and they set up their villain, and they put Hal Jordan back in the saddle, because I guess every Green Lantern book has to be about fucking Hal Jordan. I mean, don't get me wrong, Hal Jordan's cool, I like him, I'll read the story. This is the story Grant Morrison wants to tell, it's with Hal Jordan. What can I say? You're Grant Morrison. Shine on, you crazy diamond motherfucker, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But, like, again, the story's pretty basic, but it's enough to get you interested in what's going on so that you'll come back for the next one. And as I said, the art is really fantastic, apart from a few little color problems here and there. But as I said, some of the other pages were absolutely beautiful, so maybe it's just a matter of this team really finding their groove together. Either way, the book was definitely interesting enough for me to see what happens next. So this week, this book's going to be getting 3.5 out of 5 GGs. Not perfect, but a solid book that I'm going to continue reading. Right on, guys, but that's just what I thought. What'd you think of the Green Lantern #1? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys like this video, please leave a like and share it with some friends. Also, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and hit that little bell so you can get updates on all the dope content I'll have coming out in the future. And furthermore, guys, if you'd like to follow me on Instagram or Twitter, I will have a link for that in the description below. Once again, children of the screen, thank you very much. Hope you all have a good one. Nerd Scum, motherfucking out!